Well, it's Christmas Eve. I wish we were only talking about Santa, presents, the festive activities, but instead we're talking about some very active weather here. So the timing kind of inconvenient for the holiday here. We've been really talking about how kind of two different batches expected to move through. Batch number one is now to the east of us, and we're actually looking at that dry slot just about moving into the Baltimore area. So we are going to get a little bit of a break before we have another line of storms move through closer to midnight. All this associated with an Arctic front, a very severe drop in temperatures. So we go from 60 today, that was the high at BWI. Tomorrow the high is 40. However, we hit that in the morning hours, and then throughout the day we drop down into the mid-30s by the afternoon. Factor in the winds, it's going to be feeling a heck of a lot colder than that. So the radar right now showing us kind of that big picture. That cold front, it's pushing across Maryland here, still over western Maryland at this point. Heavy rain out ahead of it and then behind it, and then on the back edge we do see snow. We are not expecting snow though for the Baltimore area. I do think northern western suburbs you could see a few flurries, but really not talking about accumulation except far western Maryland here. Rain, though, we are getting a good soaking out of the system. So by the time it's done, I think some of us could pick up 1.5 to 2.5 inches, with certain places even seeing more than that. The winds. So in addition to the heavy rain, there's the potential for damaging winds. We're talking sustained winds between 20 to 30 miles an hour, south winds, and then we could see gusts, though, as these lines move through close to 50 miles an hour. We haven't seen that so far with that first round, but I do think as we look later on tonight and we get that second line moving through, we could see that. Here's what we're seeing right now, though. So far, the strongest winds have been over the eastern shore portions of southern Maryland. Annapolis, you're seeing that 23 miles an hour, not doing too bad here at BWI at all. Temperatures, we topped out at 60. We're now down into the 50s, and we are going to be tumbling from here as we time it out with the future cast. So there's that break that we see, and then looking more towards 10, 11 o'clock tonight, we'll have this other line move through that could bring us heavy downpours and some of those damaging winds. We can't rule out the possibility for an isolated tornado. Snow showers possible tomorrow evening. So there we are, 40 for our Christmas. And then remember, though, it's going to feel more like 18, 19 degrees. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Of course, stay with us. We will be right back.